Start streaming. Here we go. Right. Welcome to John Curtis FM Chess. FM John Curtis Chess. On Twitch. We're on Twitch. And we hope to go and post something to YouTube later. I'm playing Adriano. Adriano's from Egypt. Welcome to Egypt. Australians are always fascinated by Egypt. My sister loves Egypt. Loves it. She never ever forgets travelling to Egypt and waking up in the morning and looking at the three pyramids. They're all very blessed to live in this world and experience such wonderful pleasures. It's a shame now that people can't travel freely and share the gifts of nature of the different countries that we all know and love so well. Oh, I just get my pieces working. Knight in the B file to D7. It gives me the option of changing knights if he wants to advance with knight to E5. I really need to complete my development with bishop to E7 and castling. Position's balanced at the moment. Bishop B5 is an option. Bishop E7 is just passive. But I don't want to overreach myself, so I'm going to play bishop E7. And now I just play queen to B3. And I'll be happy in this position to just change queens and go to an ending. I like to think that I'm good at endings, so play this knight to E4. Whole idea, if he plays B4 with the idea of B5, I can whisk off his knight and play A3. There he goes. He's threatening that now. I'll take his knight. And now play A3, and he can't really push the pawn onto B4, because that was his plan. So what I've done is I've just tried to disrupt his plan. Okay, now what do we do? What's his plan? His plan is to play knight to B3, knight to A5, and bishop to F4. So before he does those three moves, I stop everything 3 moves before he's even thinking about it with my move. Right, so I'm not threatened. I should cast and get my pieces working. Okay, so I'll take that. I'm not worried about that. I'm happy to get rid of the knight here, funnily enough. Very happy to get rid of the knight. And I like my bishop on F6, attacking the pawns, right? I like that. And then rook on the F file to D8. Again, attacking the pawns. Because if he makes a break, I want to be able to snaffle pawns. So I retreated my bishop to G7 with the idea of playing knight F3. Okay, and now I can play King F8. At least I'm trying to get my king ready for the endgame. I just moved it away. He wants to play B4, so what I'll do is I'll let him play that. And just chase his bishop away for a minute. And what I'm trying to do is burst through the centre. He wants to come down the side of the board, so I'm trying to burst through the centre. I'll take that. A knight here. Just challenge that rook. Really need to get my bishop into the game. And my king, I've got to get my king over to the game too. What's that? King takes pawn? What's the trick? I don't understand that one, but I'll take it. I'll take it. He's got rook checks and he takes my bishop. Oh, I see. That's bad. That's bad. He's chasing me around here. I didn't even see that. I should play King E7. I resign. Yeah. Well played, Adriano of Egypt. I'll ask him for a rematch. E4. Okay. We'll discuss what I'm looking at the position. Oh, well, I'll play the Roy Lopez. Two options, taking the knight, playing bishop A4, and just playing an all-round solid game. Now, looking at my opponent last game, he played a... that's to give myself a retreat in case he wants to just change pieces. A castle. Yeah, yeah, I was just looking at my opponent from the last match and I'm thinking to myself, well, what sort of style did he play? Well, he played a positional attacking style. Yeah, positional attacking. If I could just describe it in a few words, it would be positional and attacking. So I'm assessing, correctly or incorrectly, that it was more on the positional style rather than the attacking style. So I'm playing in between here, and we're just playing an ordinary game, just trying to see where it goes. I've got no G4. What will you do against that? Just see what he does. It goes there. Okay, so my plan is to go here, try to lock it up a little bit, lock up the position. What I have to be wary of, if he gets a big F5 in, that's forced. Don't have to think about that, that's good. Oh, and he wants to attack the centre. Very noble of him, we'll just take it. Now, his knight is not well placed. I'll just play Queen E2. And I think Black's got a better game. He definitely is a positional player. I'll play B4. I want to get my bishop out. My bishop on C1. That's the real reason for B4. I want to play bishop to B2. It'd be wrong to take the D pawn and allow him to have a mass central attack. He's forcing me to take this pawn. He wants to play knight to F4, which is a good move on his part. I can't allow E5, it's too strong. So I'm going to play knight to E4. I do have the benefit of now being able to play rook on the A file to D1. I've got a negative on my bishop on B2, which I really wanted to open up. I probably would have been looking at say C4 or something of that nature. Right, so now he's trying to cause a bit of trouble. I can pin his. If I move the bishop, I'm wasting time. I'm probably better off to come over here, attack that knight, threaten to take it off, and just play queen over here. Yeah, so I want to remove one of his minor pieces. They're very strong indeed. I can take a knight there. You've got two knights threatening my bishop. I've virtually got to take his knight. He's got knight takes rook. He's looking for a better move. He's a good player. He didn't do it. I'll play rook e2. I'm just trying to hang on now. He wanted to be able to play pawn takes pawn if I played knight c5. He knows I'm trying to get a blockade. He's not silly. I want to play knight e1 too. Knight e1, take the pressure off the line if I can get away with that. I don't know how much I can get away with in this position. He's anticipating what I'm doing. So, but I've got to move this knight off here. He's attacking the rook. It's not too bad. Well, I've got one square. Now I want to play knight c5. That's where I want to go. At least he made me go where I want to go. My position's pretty terrible. I really need to get him off these lines. He's got fantastic lines of play. He's threatening a check. I wonder if I can hang on with rook g3. I know he knight forks me, but I'm not worried about that. I'd be happy for him to take my rook in this position. I've got such a bad game. I'd be happy for him to take my rook. What's he doing there? He wants to play bishop up. Okay, can I play bishop here? This is a terrible move. Pawn b5. Trying to distract his bishop. Oh, he's on this one. This is a killer. He's coming in with checkmate. And there's no defence. My God, what a masterful game. Resign. Yeah, well played. I'll play another game against him. He played really, really well. He declined playing me. He actually played so well. Played a really good game. C6. He did all the right classical ideas. I'm going to take that pawn. He wants me to take the G pawn, then he plays queen to b3. I'll take the C pawn. Let him worry about the C pawn. Now I've got time to take the G pawn, I believe. I'll just go back. I'm happy. I'm a pawn up. I'll develop, stop d5. g6, get my pieces working. Want to fianchetto my bishop and castle. Castle with the pawn up and win an endgame. That's the plan. Okay, so he wants to take the centre as compensation for his pawn. How can I put it to him? Bishop here. Just threaten his knight. Just threaten him. Okay, we'll take off his knight. My plan is really simple. My plan is to just get my pieces working and win with the extra pawn. So all I've got to do is do nothing stupid. Nothing stupid. A5. A threatened pawn takes pawn. Exchange another pawn. Take it. He hasn't castled yet. Just keep him under pressure. Knight b6. Just attack his queen. He still hasn't castled. Knight a5. Can I do that? Can I do that? Why not? Then he'll play his bishop in the corner. Or he goes the other way. Well, I can be real brave here and play crazy stuff, but why not play knight g4? Just see what he does. Okay, he weakens his king. Oh, that's good. There's a hole there on h2, if you can see that. Now, it's a matter of just, is there any way to exploit what he's doing? No, not really. I can play b4. I can play pawn there. Just b5, I should say. Just holds my knight. And it's an extra pawn. I've got a weak c pawn. But my plan is to go back here and just put my knight on c5, c4. And then it's really hard for him to attack my weak backward c pawn. Of course, if he plays e5, I can play knight to d5 and just attack him that way. So my plan was to play knight in there. I'm going to play e6 first. I don't want him to play d5, some thematic big busting move, right? So now I just play queen d7 and hold the pawn, hold everything. And h6, that stops him attacking my knight with the bishop, with bishop g5. Now, let's see now. Now we can take the pawn off. And we take it again. And we take it again. Oh, he doesn't do that. So what do I do now? I can play, is there a good move here that gives me a chance? Rook to d8. That's not too bad. Okay, so now I'm holding everything. Rook takes or pawn takes? Pawn takes. Because we want him to exchange a rook. That's our plan. Right, now queen to e3 is a bit dubious. Bishop f8, we'd like to change bishops. Even if he gets a pass pawn, I get a pass pawn, it could be really dodgy. Rook to a6, this is a rook hits pawn. Yeah, so that's a real dodgy move, this one. Queen pins, oh, it's not pin, it's not a pin. Damn, rook takes. Bishop takes bishop. This is what we wanted, rook hits pawn. And now I've got 3 against 2, and I can't lose. So that's the most important thing. Just didn't want to lose the game and analyse it and whatever. So we just got a straightforward endgame. So we want to play king up, king up, king up. It's our only chance to win. King there. We need him to make a mistake and move his rook off that rank. He's not doing that, so he's not very helpful. I'll just go there. Give it a check. King here. And now rook here. Rook hits rook. I've been able to. He should play rook to e5 check. So that was a mistake on his part. Now I've played king up and I'm on the pawn. He's got serious problems now because I can play king up again. Now I'm just threatening everything. And his king can't hold his pawn structure. So I'd say he's lost in this position. Rook here. And now I just defend my pawn. I'm attacking 2 pawns. All the pawns are falling. There goes another one. So the H pawn goes next. And he's just lost the game. So that was just a complete dead draw. Just goes to show you should really learn to play your rook and pawn endgames correctly. And if you don't know how to play them, you're going to get an awful mess. Look what happened to him. He had a dead draw. Firstly, he had a winning game or a big advantage. And the opening was the Grob opening. The Grob gambit declined. The old Grob. The Grob is identified by playing G4 early. Give me a check. Now pawn checks, that's all over. Because checkmate's coming. Rook to the 8th is checkmate. There it is. Okay. Well, we won that game. Amazing. Try to play another game now. Well, that was the instructional on how not to play rook and pawn endgames. E4. Knight F3. I just dug in deep in the position, and in that last game, the key move was bishop to F8 to try to take the pressure off the position. He's just playing like dragon sort of Sicilian. This is one of those tricky positions. Oh, Queen B6 was the tester. Now I think I'm okay after Queen D2. And I don't know where he's going now. And Castle Queenside. His queen stops his A pawn from moving forward, so I'm not worried about that. I'll play bishop G5. That looks like a funny move that does nothing, but it actually does something. Now, there was a trap there, I think. Bishop takes knight. Right? Now, here's the trap. Bishop takes knight. No, it doesn't work. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. It works. Right? Because I think it works. Because after knight D5, I'm threatening his queen. So queen takes queen. Right? Right, so that's why this trap works. So it was a little trap that I'd set for him. Now I can take the bishop as an intermezzo, right? And then like an in-between move. Oh, look at this. Now he wants to keep his king safe. But no, we don't. We play knight checks. We really want him. Now he's going forwards. Now we'll take the queen. So at least we get his king up there on the side of the board. And now we can play simply a good move here. Say knight E2. He might be looking at a knight check or move similar to that makes him uncomfortable. Now I can play pawn to king 5 on his D pawn. Right, because I want to play pawn takes the D pawn. I want to make that pawn as uncomfortable as possible. I can power up. Look, I can double up on that D pawn. What's he going to do? I'm just threatening. I'm going to take it. And when I take it, it's going to be so strong. It looks like, yes, that's the move that was so natural. But that's the trap. That is the trap. I can play knight checks and knight takes bishop. But I can also play G4 check. And I'm sure he's overlooked that because this is all powerful. Yeah, and he resigns. So he fell for that little trap, and we can go back over that trap and go to analyse because that's worth looking at. It's a trap that often appears in the Sicilian line. So we're in chess games analysis, and we'll go back and I'll show you a little bit more about that trap because it did go a little bit fast. Okay. So we'll just go down to this position. This is ordinary Sicilian. Right, the old fianchetto, dragon fianchetto. Now I move back. You can see we're not playing, that's a star move, that's the best move. That's the best move. That's a book move. And that's a book move. And that's a book move. Right, so now he plays queen A5. That's good. It says knight A5 was best to obviously rip off the bishop. So I played castles. That's a book move, right? He played the rook on the F file to C8, and that's a book move. I played king B1. That's the best move on the board according to the computer. But we're looking for this little trick that we played. So this is where I started thinking and remembering with my pattern recognition skills about that. I remembered this pattern, and I remembered that if I could take, in this position, I'm looking already, if I could, my bishop was on g5, I could take his knight, and if his bishop took back, I could play knight d5, and he takes my queen, knight takes check. So I'm looking at that position. And that's where pattern recognition helps you game. Because I'm pre-imposing that if my bishop was on g5, I could take that knight in this position. So say, for instance, my bishop is not on e3, but it's on g5. I could take that knight, and then when he recaptures knight d5, he takes my queen, but I interpose with knight takes check. And that's where this all started, right? That's why, so I then played the move that I was thinking about for that very reason. If that pattern wasn't there, it was actually a bad move. If that pattern or that plan doesn't work. And the game just proceeded. Bishop takes knight, best move, star. Rook takes c4, best move. Bishop takes f6 is good, it says. But it actually says knight b3 was the best move. It's interesting. And it gives white a little plus after another X amount of moves. It says bishop takes f6 is best. I played knight d5. Well, that was the best move in the position. Queen d2, he played the best move. Knight takes check is best move. King g7, best move. Knight h5 is best move. King h6 is excellent. G takes h5 was actually best. Well, it's strange that the computer thought that. Anyway, rook takes d2, best move. King takes h5, best move. Because he wants to keep his pawn chain intact. Right? That's what it's all about. Knight to e2, best move, threatening e5. Question mark, exclamation mark. And that's where he started going wrong. He had to recognise that e5 was a real threat. So in other words, had he played, say, rook to c7 or moved his bishop, he would have had a perfectly good game. And this position would have been, the move beforehand, this position is equal, right? Equal position. No big advantage here. Because his pawn chain is solid, like mine. Okay, well, thank you for that. We won't go into looking at the rest of the game, but we know what happened. He walked into g4, he didn't understand the complications and lost. So we'll just go back to where are we? Home. Right, so we're going back to home, new game. Right, we'll play, new game, playing, try a 3-minute game, eh? How's that? We'll play a 3-minute game. Play. So rating's 2028. Now, can we get that rating up? Okay, so I might talk a little less and just see how we go. I'll just make a chat where don't forget we've got our chat board there. If anyone wants to come in and have a say hello. It's interesting he plays c5. He's happy to. Well, I'll just open up my bishop. I like that lovely diagonal. There you go. I'll just take that pawn off. Now I can change bishops. And I like the idea of playing queen c8 and queen b7 check to get the diagonal. Okay. I've also then got knight c6. I can play knight c6 straight away. And then there's no difference between going queen to b7. I'm straight onto the diagonal of the player's knight takes knight. So I'll take the knight. And now I can play queen b7. I can also play rook d and occupy the file. You can't stop me getting that long diagonal. There's no really great square for his queen. The only thing I have to be careful is I'm looking ahead, and if he played knight e5 and then knight c6, right, that would be a real headache. I can circumvent his plans with I don't know about the effectiveness of it, but I got queen a3. It doesn't look so good, but queen a3. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like it because it's sort of interesting. Yeah, I know he's going to do that, but again, this square is my only concern, this c6 square. What if I played pawn to b4? And just try to withstand the attack. Queen takes. I've got a b pawn to attack now. What's his plan? Well, there's the b pawn. I'm attacking the b pawn. He hasn't even looked at the knight e5, knight c6 line. It was obviously, to me, it was obvious that that was the strongest line to play, but he's gone straight into my preferred line. So I'm very happy Vegemite. Oh, look at that. I've got time for, I don't know about e5. Doesn't look too good. Looks a bit artificial. I've got bishop here. Hits the castle. That's a good move. Just see where the castle goes. It goes there. Well, I know what I want to play. I want to take that castle off because I can remove the tension, play the bishop back, and now I've got queen takes pawn. So for me, it's always been about playing queen takes pawn. Well, I play rook on the d file. I like the idea of attacking the d pawn as well. So I've got pressure on the b pawn. I've got pressure on the d pawn. Now what do we do? Well, we can go over there and change queens. Is that effective? I don't know. Looks all right. Knight takes. It looks good to take with the rook, but it's actually better to take with the knight. Anyway, it gives me a pawn, so I'll take it. f6 will kill that bishop. We don't like that bishop. I'll play oh no! He could have played. He could have played. He won on time. He could have played king e2, trapped my rook. That's what I was thinking about. I wasn't looking at my time. I was just sort of relaxing, having a little bit of fun. And I had a one game at the end, but no time. No time. Okay, new game. 3 minutes. I've got to speed up a little bit. I did say I'd talk less. Pretty hard for me. Anyway, welcome to the channel, everybody. And as I said, for anybody else that's just come in, we do have a chat channel. And if you want to come in from chess.com and challenge me to a game, well, you're quite welcome. We're playing a Peaceful One, 2046 from South Africa. So a big hello to our friends in South Africa. I think that's the first player that I've ever had from South Africa to have a game with. So I'm really happy for him to join me on my new chess channel. And this channel has only existed for a short while. I'll take that because I like to release the tension there. Knight f6. I didn't like e5 before, but now I can actually go to d5, bunker down. It's only 3 minutes. There we go, I got there. He's got a beautiful square there on e4 for his knight. Overlooks knight takes f-pawn. It does look like his position's absolutely dead now, right? I play knight to g6. I'm on that e-pawn twice. If I play queen hits queen, I'm on the e-pawn 3 times. So I'm threatening knight takes e-pawn. And now that's my move, knight takes pawn. Can he attack my queen? No, I can't see how. He's got bishop c5, but I'll take knight takes knight check. So I'm happy, I just take the knight off with the queen, and then we just exchange queens. And as it is, he's 2 pawns down. 2 pawns? Yeah, 2 pawns down. That's a hell of a lot to be down. His knight's not doing anything, so I can bring my bishop. I get my bishop working. I can play knight hits bishop, gain a little bit of time there. Hold that pawn. He's threatening it. He's threatening my c-pawn. So examine all checks, examine all captures. Now I can play my bishop to c6. Occupy the long diagonal, which is where I always wanted to go. Bishop e7, preparing to castle. Connecting the rooks at the back. Now I've got a choice. I can castle, but I can also play knight e5. And just threaten his bishop. I think that's a better move. Now I've got a choice here. I got several moves. I don't have to castle straight away. I haven't got a weak game. I can play h3, h6, I should say. I've got a plan with that move. It's hidden. The plan is knight g4. Oh, he stopped it. He stopped it. Now, but can I play knight f3? Does that work as well? This is what we're trying to do. You can see what we're trying to do. Can you? Can you? Anyway, you'll see in a minute. I want to get to an ending. I'm 2 pawns up, so I want him to worry about knight takes h-pawn. I'd never take that h-pawn. I wouldn't. Not in my wildest dreams would I ever take that h-pawn. I might play knight to d4 in this position, but I would not take the h-pawn. I could play castles, right? Okay, so castles, let him worry about it. And then I've got several moves. I've got, he's not threatening that. I can just threaten to, oops. Yes, threaten to swap off a castle. That was not too bright. I realised what I'd done then. Knight e5. Just holding the f-pawn. Let's get rid of his bishop. His bishop is strong. I would have played, if he played bishop f4, That's what I would have done. I would have played bishop g5 anyway. Now, remember I said I'd play h6? And I said, oh, it's a bit deep, but you'll see why later on. Well, now you know, don't you? I'll take that. The point is, my knight is solid there. It's on a solid square. Being 2 pawns up, it's very, very difficult for him in this position. I've got... Oh, he won on time. I wasn't looking at the clock. Gas bagging. Oh, it was an easy win for me too. Oh, God. I could have just... I was trying to explain the position. I forgot about the clock. Ah! Okay, rightio. We'll try again. We'll try again. New game. Play. I'll watch the clock this time, guys. I'll watch the clock. I'll call on my angel, the strength of my angel above here, and we'll just see what we can do. My angel is probably yelling out to me, what are you doing? You're not watching your clock. You're not watching your clock. You blind old bat, she's probably saying. I'll play bishop here. It's wrong to take that knight. Not necessary either. Here's a good move. Just take the centre. Oh, I love this position. Pawn takes. I think he understood the first move, but not the others that followed up. Okay, so let me just castle and complete my development. I've got queen to d2, h3, just stop bishop g4. Wants to pin that knight. Rook e1, just hold the pawn structure in the middle. Queen to d3, possibly. Bishop back. I played incorrectly here. I should have always have played a3. My plan was to play bishop here. The idea of e5, but it was a faulty plan in the first place. It was a faulty plan. Ah! Can't play faulty plans in chess. Oh, rook on the a file to d1. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Well played. I'll go back. All right then. I'll grant you that move. And I'll move this bishop back too. All my pieces are going backwards. But sometimes you go backwards to go forwards. Okay, so now I'll try to play proper chess. I'll go here. I'm going to play knight to d5. To hell with it. Only because he's got his knight on the side of the board. Oh, look at this. He doesn't even bother. I'm just going to try to eliminate a pawn. I'm still attacking the deep pawn. Trying to attack his pawns. So I'm still on the D pawn. You notice I've just been wiggling a lot positionally, and now I'm going to play that big move, Bishop G5. Oh, I've lost a rook. What am I doing? Oh. I was just winning that game then. I got out of all the trouble that I was in, and I was just winning. And I just went from a win to a loss in seconds. How silly was that, eh? How silly was that? I lost some time. Oh well, it was a silly game. Play another game. I'm going to go to 5 minutes. One or two of my friends the other day, they said, oh, when you're talking, you're playing chess, you just really need that extra 2 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how we go. See if it makes a big difference. Okay, knight f6. No, you can't take that because a queen to a4 check and you lose a piece. You can't take a pawn on e4. It's impregnable. But you can play g6 and castle. Just leave his pawn there. And say, well, I don't care about your silly pawn. I'm just going to develop my pieces and castle like you did. Okay. So we'll just kill that bishop. And pawn takes pawn. Knight takes pawn. And pawn here. All I'm after is the two bishops. All right. And I can see that coming. I didn't play it too well. It was over ambitious. He should play bishop g5. Bishop g5 is a very strong move. Now his bishop e5 doesn't work so well. I think I equalised pretty quickly. I equalised, but point is, but rather than equalising, can I actually win? We'll play knight to c6. It looks like a logical move. Yeah, I can see you doing that. Queen d7. I've got queen d7. I've got bishop a6, but I don't like it. I'll just play queen d7 and get my pieces working. Okay. Rook on the f file to d8. Knight takes bishop. Queen takes, yeah. He's actually taken the pressure off me. I'm threatening his d pawn. My time's good at 3 minutes. The spirits are high. Okay. Play queen to d7. The natural move for him is rook on the a file to c1. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's defended by 3. So this makes it very difficult for him. I want to play just rook on the a file to c8 myself. But I was actually threatening knight takes pawn. I'm threatening knight takes pawn, I think. I'll play rook here. Now I'm threatening discovered attack on his queen. Okay, now I can play queen to d5. And I can I play knight takes pawn? This is the big question. I don't think I can just yet. I can play queen d5. I can play rook takes. And rook back. And so now we've just got a tense position. Like a Mexican standoff. Oh, he's threatening to double rooks. Well, I can attack. Can I play knight takes pawn? I think I can. I think he's made a mistake. If he takes with the rook, I can just simply play bishop takes back. Oh no, I lose a piece. It doesn't work. I'm blind as a bat. Oh no. I think he played rook takes rook. He played the worst move. Knight takes knight check. And rook takes rook. And now I've just got everything and he's busted. Oh, the silly duffer. He played the worst line possible. Okay, let's play f6. Rook c7. He should have played rook d7 there. Maybe he's frightened of my power. Or of my extra pawn. So I'm just manoeuvring my pieces to the correct squares. Double attack on the B pawn. Watch it. So I'm just putting all my pieces on better squares to keep the pressure on. I'm marching my king up to help my pieces. His pawns look very vulnerable against my king. Everything's for nothing, all falls. Bye-bye, Skippy. Checkmate coming. Oh, well, we got that one. New game. 5 minutes. Okay, we'll improve to 2013. Hold on, we've got a long way to go between now and 2200. Let's see what we can do. Well, my friend Megastack said from Armenia, he said, I'm learning a lot by the way you analyse. Well, I'm really glad. And Megastack was rated about 1400 or whatever. And we tried to explain to him about the way we analyse things. New game, 5 minutes. If anybody at chess.com wants to challenge me, I'll accept your challenge. 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Play. Seeming is deceiving. Oh, I like that. C4. So we're just going to fight for the white squares again. How many times in my lifetime have I fought for the white squares? Well, it really does help because you recognise the positions. I like to fight for the white squares early here, so a castle. It's like a reverse Grunfeld, except that you're white instead of black. I get the extra move in, don't I? He goes that way. I might take his queen off. Surely my development's better. Okay, so he wants me to take that thing, but I don't want to take it. I'd like to play knight here, let him take it and be on his bishop. I don't mind losing a pawn. I don't lose a pawn. Oh, he plays there. Well, I'll just take the bishop. Now I'm on the G pawn. He's got to worry about that. Now that he's worrying about that, what's my best move? Knight e5, is it? Threatening the G pawn. And putting pressure on his position. Okay, so now What do you do in a position like this? What's the right way to play? E4 looks good because it allows me to play. If he takes my pawn, it's bad for him. If he doesn't, I can take his pawn and get my rook on the open file. And so then I've got mastery of the position. Now, in this position, I've got knight here attacks his castle and threatens rook takes knight check. Rook takes knight check is actually check, mate! He resigned. Well, there you go. That was a good game. I really enjoyed that. Wow! I shouldn't be overly excited. I should say, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. There you go. But I was really happy with the way that turned out because I just played logical moves. I didn't do anything brilliant, and it all came off. And it made it look simple, didn't it? And you can win games very easily there by just playing simple logical chess. Irving Chernev style. I did mention before, one of my favourite chess books when I was young and I was just learning how to play chess was Irving Chernev's Logical Chess, Move by Move. I just play Bishop E2. Now castle. And I'll play H3 just to stop Bishop G4. Now here I can take that rotten thing. Is it good? I don't know. I can take that. Take his queen. Pin his horsey. And now, because my pawn's on here, I haven't got knight to E4. That was a bit dumb, wasn't it? Okay. Rightio. Black is better. You've got to admit it. When they've got a better position, they're better. Let's get rid of all the white squared things. We'll play. I've got to go rook here. That's forced. Yeah. Anyway, probably wrong to take that too. But I had a plan. I did have a plan. When I play pawn here, I've got a real problem with that thing. Bishop here. My plan is to eliminate that bishop. Two bishops can be very dangerous in open positions. That's right. Now I've got rid of that one. So now all I've got wrong with my position is nothing. Well, I think my knight's got to go here. Got to. I've got no choice. Knight here? Can I do that? Can I get away with this? Rook D3. It's not a great move, but I've got the white squares and he's got the black ones. The same old story. Always amazing how often it turns out that way, isn't it? I've got the white squares and you got the black ones. Knight there. Rook takes, I suppose. Well, he can't break through. We know that. Hmm. This is interesting. I'm probably playing this badly, but it looks like a draw. I'll take that. That's the first weakness he's created. He's created a weakness. Mm. And so we just distracted him and tricked him. Oh, we get a queen. Well, that was a good ending. A drawn game, we won it. Oh, well, that was good. It was 2001. Katata. Thank you, Katata from Zambia. He wants a rematch, so we'll say yes. Thank you, Katata. I'd like to have another game. Right, so let's just play something a bit more thematic here. Centre counter. I'm just fixing my pawns and trying to gain some ascendancy. Oh, he likes to exchange. Well, knight on the side of the board's not good. It's not good, not bad, but it's not good. Play rook here. Stop that c4 move. Okay. Give me a check. And now I've got pawn here. And pawn there. Okay, so we've expanded our position somewhat, and we've got no worries. We've got no weaknesses that I can see, no formal weaknesses that I can see. I just castle and just activate my rooks on the only open file on the board, which is the C file. So rook here, I think that's right, and just double rooks. And I'll worry about the rest of it after that. I don't have to do anything. He wants to change bishops. Well, wouldn't he ever love to change bishops? I'll play bishop here. I'm not changing bishops. I'll play rook here. Threaten that pawn. Okay. Don't like any weaknesses, so we're just going to hold the pawn on g6, just fix my pawns, but that fixes his pawns too. I can push the pawn. I don't want to push my pawns so that they become weak. I just want to be able to hop around a little bit and try to exploit some of his weaknesses. Okay. To do that, I want to do certain things. I'd like to attack that little pawn. There you go. He goes there. It's not a bad move. He's been itching to take my bishop, so I give it to him. If he takes the bishop, I think he loses. To knight takes. Now, how does he hold that pawn? See? The C pawn. How does he hold it? He didn't ask himself that question. When he examined all checks and examined all captures, you've got to have at least a look at what the next move is. So I was looking at least 2 to 3 moves deep and he was looking one move deep. So another lesson in your chess arsenal is try to look at least two moves deep. Practice, practice. Yeah. And as difficult as you might find it for the beginners, once you've learnt to do that, the brain will take over and you automatically see one or two moves deep. And then you can go to 3 or 4 or 5 moves deep in some variations, and you can improve your game. See, but the trouble is that knight fork. The knight to e1 protected that pawn, but you know, like, I'm tempted to take this pawn. I'll take the rook. His pawns are fixed. I'll play rook c3, and I'll just start to penetrate his position. Okay. Now, what are we going to do here? I can play pawn here. That way it's very, very hard for him to maneuver around. Yeah, so it'd be wrong for me to take. It'd be just too hard to get in. I'll just play king here. I might be able in an endgame to play the king up all around there. I'll take with the rook. Rook here, it allows rook over here. It looked like a good move, but the fault was that his H pawn is loose. Best move was knight to d3. That's what he should have played. You see, in this variation, now I'm on his f2 pawn. So he has technical problems. So I can play rook to the 8th. So that, yeah, and now I've got, my plan is simple. My plan is just push the H pawn through and make a queen. So actually, rook takes knight wins. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now push the H pawn. Then pawn bishop 3. I've got 2, 4, 6 pawns. And yeah, so I can't see how he's going to hold this. Excuse me. Right, so we've gained a few more rating points, and we'll play another game. New game. Play. Qatar challenged me again, but I like to play a new player. I play National Master Alacrisius from the United States. He's 2151, and at current ratings, he's expected to win. This castle. It's getting his bishop off my e-pawn. You got a very strong game here. He played very passively. I don't think he played the best move. I'm happy to take that bishop. I've got the black squares now. He's played inferior chess. He probably thinks I'm pathetic or something. His rating is strong. And, oh, give him credit. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does have respect for me. But, mm-hmm. So I've got a blockade. Hmm. There we go. So he's playing on his castle down, but it's pretty lousy chess. There we go. Well, that was a good game. It was National Master Alacrisius in the United States. And I think he underestimated us. New game. Let's play. Probably doesn't know that I was 2300 just a couple of weeks ago, 2340. Probably thinks he's just playing a weaker player and thought he'd just move quick and win or something. Fell into the old trap of overestimating his opponent, or underestimating his opponent, not overestimating. Under or over, it's still dangerous, isn't it? Huh? Anyway, we're going to get our pieces working here, and what do you do in this position? What do you do? I think you just play knight f3. It looks so logical. Ismail, I was trying to work out what was wrong with his last move, to be frank. That's what I thought. I thought perhaps I could play pawn here. It's a strange move, but at the same time, I think it's a good calculated move. Okay. The whole idea is I want to play pawn here. Okay, now we've got that far. Can we push it again? Boom. There. Gain a little bit more space. And bishop to f4 looks good. Just to get all my pieces working on good squares. Don't want to. I've got queen e2. That's all right. Preparing to castle queenside. Okay. I'll castle queenside anyway. That was the plan. I don't want to castle kingside. I want to attack him on the kingside. Rook to e1. I missed the best move. I missed this move. Pawn takes pawn. It was real good. I'm going to play g4. I hope I'm not overreaching. Overreaching is a big mistake in chess. Play bishop d2. Oh, bishop takes knight too. Bishop d2 is probably bishop there, maybe. I just can't seem to find a way in, and it takes time sometimes to get the right ways to get in. Play knight there. I'm going backwards. Going backwards to go forwards. I want to play pawn here, see? I want that pawn war. Knight up. That's the move I want to play. My pieces, I had to reconfigure my pieces to play it. Knight takes pawn's not too bad. Yeah, knight takes pawn. Yeah, because it attacks his rook. And where does his rook go? Oh, there you go. He's worried about that. That was good. That worked out really well. So now if I can fix this pawn, he's going to go over there. But I get time. It's all about timing here. Rook here. I've got to do that. I need to play rook here. Not worried about that. I need to get more pieces in. So rook here, double rooks. Now I need my knight over here. How do I get the knight there? Oh, damn it. Queen to g4. At least I'm on the e pawn here, so if he breaks open, yeah, knight there. That's okay. Good. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop here. All right then. You took that. Well, that was good. I'm glad he blundered and opened up his king for me. He thought he was going to attack me. That was good. And some more rating points. New game. Play. Well, Megastack says, as the legend says, Noah's Ark landed on top of Mount Ararat in his country, which was in Armenia for a long time. So there you go. I had some Noah's Ark coins, some silver coins from the Armenian mint. Some beautiful coins, absolutely beautiful, stunning pure silver coins. I'll take that. Extract the pawn. Threaten it again. Keep threatening it. Oh, he doesn't play that one. Okay. Oh, I'll threaten it again. I'll threaten that one. Why? Why threaten that one? I'll threaten this one. I'll just go back, I suppose. I'll go back. Play queen c7. And knight c6. I want to take his d pawn off. Okay, we'll just get rid of the piece. Just release the pressure valve on the centre against Jamin from Mexico. The Mexicans turning on the pressure. And now we'll just castle. Can we castle? Looks a bit dangerous. Danger's the name. Danger's the name of my game. I'll castle. I'll lose something if I castle. I'll play bishop b6. If I castled, he would have been able to play e5 after I took the pawn, and queen e4 wins a piece. I'm pretty sure of that. So bishop c5 might have been a more accurate move, because now I can't castle over there. I don't like the idea of castling queenside, I'll tell you. I don't like that. I'll just go here. If I go there, you're going to pin me. I'll go here. That's the only move. He's got to check. Oh, means they're going to run. Ah, run, Johnny, run. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes. It's forced. I saw that mess. I saw that mess. Go there. Ah, at least I didn't get checkmated, not straight away. Somehow, if I could hold that pawn, I'll be all right. But my God, how do you hold that pawn? There's only one move, bishop here. And then I lose the castle in the corner. Oh, God, it looks bad, doesn't it, folks? It looks bad. It doesn't matter what you do, it looks all looks really bad. Oh, he's going to be checking me everywhere. This is a bad game. I'm going to resign. I resign the position because, not because I can't wiggle my way out, it's because you cannot wiggle your way out. You've got too many structural flaws. You just got to, sometimes on the rare occasion, you just got to accept you played really bad chess and your opponent played really good chess and you are totally dead lost. So the gentlemanly thing is to just resign. Playing Zeston. Zeston's from the United States. Welcome, Zeston, to my Twitch channel. Rook E1. Queen E2. Queen E4. That was a bad move. Queen F6 for someone rated over 2100. That was a terrible move. You just drop your pants. It's not so good either. Oh yes it is. It's okay. Because he can't play G4 because of the loss of the checkmate. I was worried about G4, G5 at first, threatening, he plays Queen takes Bishop, but it doesn't work. So we take with the Queen or with the, I'll take the pawn. Got a few holes in this position, we've got an extra pawn up. There we go, we can just play Bishop here, and he's all tied up in knots. Here comes the counterplay. What happened? Thor fell down. Oh no, poor Thor. We'll play Queen to... can't underestimate... I'll play Queen here. I'm going to change Queens. I didn't want to change Queens initially, but... yeah. I really want... I should have somehow worked out the way. I did that, but I can't work out the time and everything. I'll take that with check. I'll play Rook E4. My plan is to give him a check with the Rook. Okay. I can play Rook here. It's a good Rook. My plan is to double on the D file. If I can switch over to the H file and win, well, I will. But I might not get the opportunity to do that. So meanwhile, I'll just double on the D file. My plan is to play C4 at some stage. C4 good now? I need my other rook in. We've got 2 rooks in there. C4 is almost a real threat now, almost. Okay. Well, he sees it, but it's still strong. Because I've got the pawns to attack now. He resigns. He understands that the position is structurally lost. It's just a terrible game to play. He wants a rematch, so we'll give Zeston a rematch. Oh, he just goes there. Get our pieces out. Oh, look at this. He wants to attack me. If I take the queen, he's got 2 knights out. So I'm going to play queen back because the theory of the game is that you shouldn't get your pieces out too early, your queen out too early. So now I just play knight c6 with the idea of knight to d4. I've also got knight here, and then I can just take his bishop. So I get the 2 bishops. Okay, take his bishop. C6. And that way his knight can't do any damage or anything. Play bishop f4. E6. So I just want to get my pieces out. I like knight there. I like knight d5 there. Okay. Now the idea is to try to play h4, h4, h3, and to also give my bishop an escape square in some lines. Now he's just got that queen b6. Good solid move. Can I get away with b6? Can I get away with b6? How does he attack that? He can. So that's the correct move, queen b6. Position's probably equal. I think it's equal. My bishop belongs on d7. Now I play king here. And I don't have to worry about bishop here to c7 threatening my b pawn. It's a strange position. It's sort of... He's saying he missed it. There we go. Oops, don't tell me Wonder Woman fell down. Somebody fell down. I had Thor on the back side of me. I got that's Wonder Woman there. Oh, there. That's Wonder Woman. Thor was on the other side, but Thor was sitting there, but Thor fell down. He's gone down the plug hole. Oh, yeah, Thor's gone down the plug hole. And meanwhile, I've still got my angel looking after me, even though I've only got 1 minute 36 seconds on the clock. Okay. Right. He's threatening my bishop. Should have given you the B pawn. Oh, why did they go to D6, the natural square? Whoa. Thank you, Zestin. That was a draw. Zestin could have won on time, but he was a good sport. I think he realised that I was streaming and that I was talking at the same time, and that he had a handicapped advantage. Hmm. There you go. So we just manoeuvred our pieces around a little bit against Amenstein from the United States. And he now really wants to desperately change pieces, but we're not going to let him off the hook. He's got bad structure and should pay the penalty for having bad structure. Play knight here, because he can't pin our knight with his other move now. Now rook here. Just logical chess. We're really after the d pawn. We want to smash the d pawn and break the whole position apart. So firstly we take that pawn. Okay. Now we crash the d pawn. That's the position. Now the position's smashed really. I can't see what he can do. A little check here. I'll move my king. All sorts of problems for him. Just threaten his bishop. I'm trying to clear the back rank so I can play knight e7 and just take the d pawn. E pawn, sorry. Trying to get a positional edge. It's not that accurate. Another way to play the position was just simply g4, threatening g5. So powerful. Okay, so now he wants to go that way. I think g4 threatening g5 is the go now. I think g4 looks fantastic. Okay, he's not threatening anything. I just go back one square. I'd like to play queen hits bishop. That looks pretty awesome. Now I can play queen takes pawn. I hope I'm not overreaching here, but I just got a feeling that if I can march my pawn, my f pawn down there, it's going to cause him chaos. You can't seem to just get that. Now I'll play queen. Don't like it. Queen here threatening simply h4 seems to cause all sorts of problems for him. Yeah, queen takes bishop. There's a bishop there. Oh, bad luck, buddy. It's just a blunder. You got a knight fork out of it, but you just got a lost game. You don't even get a knight fork. Isn't that so sad? Because if you take the queen, the rook takes and saves the rook. Oh, that's terrible. That's an awful position. That was a real blunder under pressure. Okay, so now I can play pawn to knight 5. There's no threats. I just power my pieces up. Pawn here. What do I do now? Knight there. Just threatening queen takes pawn check. Yeah, there's no moves. Just checkmate. You can't, I don't think you can stop it. There's no move to stop the checkmate. I can stop it with rook checks, king up, pawn equals queen check, but there's still a mate there. There's always a mate there. And Amenstein knows that. Yeah. I'll give him another game because Amenstein just blundered that piece and it was just sad. I mean, his position was a bit iffy anyway, but still had a little bit of play in it. Because I was starting to wondering about my plan. I missed that simple G4 line earlier, one move earlier, and I could have caused him all sorts of problems. So I let him off the hook. This is a good idea to pin this knight because you can just get your pieces working and there's no pressure, right? You can take that knight and now takes with the queen, we take the knight with check. And if he takes with the knight, we can just change queens. There's no pressure on your game. I can play bishop c6 or just castle. Bishop c6. Otherwise, he can play e5 and it becomes a bit yucky. I'll play knight f6. My plan is just to have no plan. That's the castles. The plan is to castle. I didn't like castling queenside, so I really want to castle kingside. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Oh, I'll take that. No, is that good? Take it. Look, here's not too bad. And just bishop hits knight. Oops, bishop hits knight. Yeah, it's okay. Because he hasn't quite played c4 yet. Once he played c4, really he's got a good game. Because he hasn't played c4, I can now start trying to undermine his centre. That's an interesting move. Now, now I can play the move I've always wanted to play, which is d5. That's what I want to do. I want to countenance that situation. Now, I'll threaten that pawn. Just a logical move, just threatening a pawn. This is really interesting here. Oh, pawn takes is best probably. Bishop takes looks good, but knight takes is a bit sus. Pawn takes is correct. Open the lines. We're going to have the two bishops. If he wants to take my knight, I'll have the two bishops. Well, I want open lines of play. Questions to him here about his position. Going back, I think it was a big mistake. I'm going to play King H7. I'll block it. I'll block my bishop power. Pawn takes, pawn takes. He doesn't understand. I've got a threat here. Pawn here is a threat. Check. Shouldn't have taken that pawn, buddy. So I've got a piece up and a good attack. So attack two bishops at once. It can't be bad, can it? Eh? Couldn't be bad. Two bishops. Can't let those pawns go forwards. Cut his king off. Threaten his castle. He's threatening bishop b7, is he? Not really. Not really threatening anything. Give him a check. Now he can't pin my bishop against my king. He's got no attacking move at all. The only thing he's got is my bishop's pinned. If I get my bishop off that pin, he's in a mess. Hasn't even got a check now. So now he's in a real mess. Rook to the 7, just pin his bishop. Right, now I can check him. Knight check him. Bishop takes. Rook check him. King up. Come and finish him off. King up. King across. Oh no, I lost a piece. King takes pawn. Bishop there. There we go, we got him. So that was a good game. A few blunders on my part, but well, the computer's checking for mistakes. It says 2 mistakes by me, 3 blunders by him, and 1 missed win by me. So it looks like I made more mistakes than he did, but he actually did blunders. So I think blunders would be calculated as much worse than mistakes. Anyway, we'll see if we can find a new game. New game. Play. Finally broken out of those low 2000s and up to 2076. I think that's because we beat Eamon, so he was 2080. We beat him twice out of 2 games, so that was 2-zip. So we're almost his rating now. I think we had to beat him 3 times just to become the same rating as him. I suppose being lower rated, first 2 wins out of 2 might be a fluke, but 3 wins out of 3 obviously isn't. Yeah, so maybe I should have played him 1 more game. The Endgame Magician, woohoo! So it's virtually the Magician, me, versus the Endgame Magician. Right, let's see how he goes. Okay, got my angel up there. The angel's looking after me. So he wants to go for the endgame. He's the endgame magician. The endgame magician. Thank you. Hey, can you play me for practice? It's Bitcoin 30K. Can you play me for practice? Yeah, well, I'll certainly give you a game. I just got to extricate my position first. Extricate myself out of, yeah, just, you can challenge me on chess.com. I just got to extricate myself first, work out a way to do it. What about just D6? It looks all right. Plan is just to take the pawn off. No, he wants to go there, E6. Okay. So what do I do here? I play C6, do I? Doesn't work. That's a good move, E6. I like that. Well played. So He's trying to. I can leave the pawn there and just play f6 and say, all right. I'm going to say to him, all right, you're going to pawn on e6. Great. If I've got 4 pawns on the queen side and you've got 2 pawns there. So I'm going to batten down the hatches. I'm going to slowly move my thing up there and lose a piece. No, I'm not. I'll play c5, expand, with the idea of, oh, knight takes, he's recaptured. That's good, good work. You're helping me. Oh, you're still helping me. Gee, you're so kind. So now that I've got that position, I can take that one. Plain knight there. Knight takes pawn, giddy up, it's gone. You just lost a pawn. And I've got the 3-2 queenside majority. Pawn's gone. You haven't got time to attack my knight so many times. Bishop takes pawn, brilliancy. Pawn takes bishop, just as good. And I've got what I wanted. Queen here. And I've got, you can't take my pawn, you can't take the pawn because you lose your rook. And so now all I have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is survive. Ah! How do we survive? Well, how do you survive in these positions? If I push the pawn, right. Did I make a mistake? That's the big question. Did I make a mistake? Can I play rook here and hit his queen? No, I can't do that. Can I play rook here? No, I can't do that. What can I do? I've got to play queen here. Then he gives me a damn check. Queen d5 check wins. He missed it. Queen d5 check. King h8. Queen takes rook. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, well, that's good. I still held the mate. Thank goodness. I'm still alive. Oh, I was panicking. I'm panicking. So you're keen. Bitcoin 30k is keen. He's a Bitcoin fan. Okay, so just have to protect my king somehow. First things first, let's open the gate. We want to open the gate. Next plan is what do we plan next? Rook here and hold that pawn. There we go. We're holding that pawn. So there's no threats. There's no threats. Then now that there's no threats, I can. He wants to play rook g4, which is logical. Rook g4 is logical. So I can play queen h4, and that stops. And then now he can play rook g4. Okay. Now I can change queens. Pressure's off. Okay. Now I play rook here, and now you got no attack on my king anymore. It's all gone. Attacking the king's all gone. Now rook behind the passed pawn. Yes, it's a passed pawn, folks. What are you doing? Threatening nothing. Try to stop my passed pawn. Just try to stop it. Queen coming. Queen coming. Queen alert. Queen alert. Rook takes pawn. Rook takes. Rook takes. Pawn forwards. Pawn takes. Pawn takes. Somewhere, pawn forwards and queens. I'm very good with the queen up. Oh, here it comes. Pawn alert. Pawn alert. Well, we won't just do it just yet. Can we do it? Push that one first. Here we come to save the day. I don't know what he's doing down there. I don't know what his plan is. So we'll just improve our game. The threat is greater than the execution, so they say. Hopefully he'll just open up his king a little bit. Big mistake. Doesn't understand his endgames. He's no good at rook and pawn endgames and time trouble. He's trying to beat me on time. I've got 26 seconds, so he's playing really fast. So I want to play rook a6 and pinch his pawn. Rook here, good. Rook takes pawn check, good. King back, good. King up, yep. That's what we want to do. King up, you can have that one. Not interested. Push! It's all about timing. You don't care about how many pawns you got in rook and pawn endgames. Don't you know that? It's all about the timing. Push! Push! King back, because I've got to stop your queen. Rook checks. You've overlooked something, buddy. Rook, it's rook. Queen coming. Queen alert. 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 Oh, he won on time. Oh, I had a coin extra. Oh, you dirty dog. Okay, we'll play him again. He's supposed to be the endgame magician, but I magicianed the endgame from the endgame magician. So there we go. Oh, Bitcoin 30k, you got to come in and challenge me. E4, we'll try that. Not there. Quietly at this stage. Yeah, a bit quietly at the early stages of the game at castle. And now, knight there probably. Yeah, so I want to play f4, but he's got knight g4. Okay. That's okay, I don't mind that. It's not a problem. Play h3. Position's calling for f4. Oh, queen takes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see that coming. I'm going to take your bishop. I know what you want. I know what you want. You just want to play that, don't you? Well, stop that. Queen, knight to g3 threatens the pieces. Yeah. Yeah, cheap shots, cheap shots. What are you doing now? d4. We're going to make a difference in the centre. We will. We'll make a difference. I missed a really good move. Knight c4 was really strong. That virtually almost won the game straight up. But this is good too. Another good solid way to play. Oh, I'll push that. Look at the position that I've got. It's massive. Oh, well, I'll push that too. Actually, this is one of those rare positions. Yeah, no, I want to keep my knight for stuffing you up. Rook here. And knight to f1. Knight to f1. So there's no attack. So now, the only attack in the position is my attack. The only attack in the whole position is now my attack. My attack's the attack that counts. What about pawn to king 5? Pawn takes pawn. Look at my attack. Queen here. Where's your attack? My attack's monster. Monster chess. What's your attack? Look at my attack. Pawn checks. Oh, of course, you didn't like that, did you? I will take that off. Shouldn't take it off. I'll have to. Okay, rightio, we'll just have to take that. Put our rooks on the open file. King there. Yeah, that's all right. Knight here. H4, smashing the pawn structure on the black position. If you're an endgame magician, you don't understand basic endgames, magician. I am the magician. Have a look at my name there. It says the magician. That's me. I named myself after Mikhail Tal. I'm better at endgames than what I am at openings. I shouldn't tell you that, but I am. Be careful. Examine all checks. Could be made. There's a knight check. The position's looking very precarious indeed. I want to get this pawn. I can play knight up. It doesn't do much. I want to get that pawn. I want to get it. If I get that pawn, the game's over. Knight here. Threatening a pawn. Pawn alert. Pawn alert. Isolated pawn on f4. Pawn alert. Pawn alert. The endgame magician. He's looking at his pawn. He's saying, oh, that looks like a very sorry little pawn there. Oh, can we threaten it? How can we threaten it? Pawn alert! Pawn alert! Pawn alert! It's attacked again. Bishop there. We'll go over here. Go back. Just trick him. Eventually we'll trick him. The endgame magician is looking at his position. He's thinking, oh, I don't like this pawn. I've decided that I don't want that bishop on g2 anymore. I've decided that I don't need my bishop on g2 anymore because my pawns are all on white squares. I don't want that one. Pawn alert, double check, checks coming, double check, triple checks are coming, pawn alert, watch out for checkmates, horse alert, knight on g7 is attacked, knight on g7 is attacked. Oh, the endgame magician. You won the last game on time. You're not going to win this game on time, buddy. And with that in mind, we say thank you, sir. That was a good game. And I love your hat with the little magic wand. Oh, really cool. Yeah. So there you go. But he's a good sport. So I'll list him as a good sport on chess.com. And with that, I'm just going to end this session and say thank you guys for coming in and watching.